Tony, 1-0 defeat home. You must be disappointed with that.
I'm disgusted in that performance, to be fair. I've spoken to you a few times, and in them times that I've spoken to you, I've sort of been a little bit, defensive with the players and said things, maybe it wasn't their fault, but today it was all their own doing. There's a culture in that dressing room in there that I need to get rid of, and if it means that some of them are going to go, then I don't want them here at the club. Some of them think they're better than what they are. More importantly, some of them, I don't think it means anything to any of them. My weekend's ruined. I'm devastated and disappointed. There's, words can't describe how gutted I am for this club when they go and perform like that. If I had my way, it'd be performance-related pay, and I wouldn't pay them. But as is the culture now with footballers, semi-professional footballers. If you didn't pay them, they all leave, or most of them would. I think there needs to be a reality check. I think there needs to be, for me, a sit down, and we need to get some things out, and we'll possibly do that today. But to say I'm disappointed is an understatement. I don't think disappointing is the right word I'd like to use. I'm disgusted, and I want to apologise to anyone who follows Cammell Laird for that performance.
Obviously you've had a chance to reflect, not too long, on the game itself. Haven't seen the way the game was set up. Was that a game you felt you could have won, you should have won?
What do you think? I'm going to... I've got players in that dressing room who boast, tell all their friends and tell anyone that wants to hear that they're semi-professional footballers and they get paid to play money. Well, I think you've got to ask yourself a question. If you get paid to do something that you love, I know people who climb roofs and throw tile. I know lads who are brickies, I know lads who are joiners, who would give, who'd give anything to run out on that pitch. I know lads who play on a Sunday afternoon in the park for nothing who'd give me more than that bunch in there today. And I'm going to be critical of them. It was disgusting performance.
Unfortunately, it was John Couch's error that's cost the game, but in fairness, and we've discussed it at length before, it is a team game, but it's unfortunate for Johnny. He'll be remembered for that mistake that's cost us the point today.
You know what, I disagree with you there. It's very rare that I do disagree with you. No, it's everyone's fault. It's not just John Couch's fault. To be fair, John Couch hasn't been too bad out there today for us. But it was his error, but I think that the phase of play that led up to that, poor header, just, no communication, no talking, time to bring it down, and then it's a bad header back, left the goalkeeper with no chance. But that moment will probably what people think lost us the game. No, it wasn't. When they turned up today, their attitude during the game, that's what lost them the game. Individual mistakes happen, everyone makes them. If they didn't, they wouldn't be playing at this level of football. They lost the game because some of them don't have the respect for Cammell Laird that I've got, and it's as simple as that.
It was a game of very few chances. Is that disappointing as a manager when you've worked on a game all week, you've trained, and you decide to go out there and they perform like that and they don't create a lot of chances? Is that, as I say, disappointing for yourself? Maybe
I'm to blame really, because in training I think their attitude sometimes was disgraceful. And I keep using that word disgraceful because it has been. Thursday was poor training and the evidence is out there today. And I'm not going to, this will be probably the first and only time I ever have a conversation with you where I'm very critical of them. And I have every right to be today after that performance. I've got to come and face you. None of them would. I've got to come and stand here and if you'd have stood there and vilified me and had a go at me, what could I do? They'd give me no ammunition to back that off. So why should I stand here and protect them? They're grown men. They're supposed to be adults. They're supposed to be mature. No, I disagree today. Certain players in this team have let this club down, but they've let me down for the last time. It won't happen again.
There was a couple of injuries, illnesses in the first half. I know you say it's a squad game, but does that upset your plans as well when you've got to bring players out of position and swap things around when you've set up at the beginning?
You know what, it's just an excuse. I'm not going to stand here and give you an excuse. What's the point? You know, I'm not going to stand here and lie. You know, at the end of the day, that's not good enough. End of. If you'd have come out and said, Tony, that's not good enough, I'd have said, I agree with you 150%. You know, and that's what I'm going to say to you. That's not good enough. Substitutions, injuries, nothing, not good enough. We had chances, and we've got forwards who don't want it enough. They played a lad who was 5'3", 5'4". He caused us all kinds of problems. They've come down here today all the way from Harrogate, and they've deserved their 3 points. We give them the 3 points, but they deserved it. And fair play to them and congratulations to them. I hope they go on, because I'd rather have a bunch of lads like that in my dressing room that they've got than what I've got today.
We know Sean Richards was unwell, and that's why he was taken off. But any word on Lewis's injury? What was? Lewis
wasn't at the races, and I don't really want to comment, because it seems it would be poor of me to comment on an individual's performance today, because collectively it wasn't good enough. It was disgusting.
We've Salford up on Tuesday. We bringing around a few changes, or selection wise?
Of course, there's going to be changes after that performance. There'd be nothing other than changes after that performance. That's not what is expected of a Cammell Laird's team, and it's certainly not what's expected of Tony Sullivan. Games like that make or break managers, and at this moment in time, you know, the way I feel right now, I'm upset, I'm angry, I'm disgusted, I'm everything, every negative thing about football. That's what I am right now.
Tony, well, I hope we pick it up for Tuesday. It's
Cheers.
All the best, mate.
Thank you.